6 o'clock in the morning as we're round Oshit Corner, and the sun's shining nicely, looking like being a good day. Sunday, and today's plan is to head for Land's End, going via St Mawes, so here we go. Once again, a nice sunny day as we leave West Wayland. The A10's running as well as ever. Yep, still not a lot of traffic about. That'll do for me. We roll down onto the Bodynick ferry and across to the town of Foy. Last time I took an A10 on this ferry was 1977. Right, off the ferry and on we go. Dare say it'll be breakfast next. Should you be in this neck of the woods, I can recommend Ramshackle Roses. It's on Parmoor Road down by Par Docks. It's a bit of a rock themed cafe, which in my mind is always good. And yes, the food was excellent, the background music was excellent. All in all, a good place to go. I shall definitely be coming here again. I can only get the dreaded A10. Oh well. It's petrol, it'll have to do. Once again on the hunt for pre-digital fuel pumps, as in Chris Instone's Get Out There challenge for this year. And at St Mawes we find another 3 of them. So it's stop, photograph time. A quick walk over the road to photograph the bikes. Yep, that'll do. And a quick look out to sea. Yep. Here we are waiting for another ferry, or the King Harry Floating Bridge as it calls itself.
Just listening to Brian.
Rather interesting looking vessel came sailing past. There's the King Harry Floating Bridge in the background. Right, time to get on board. This ferry makes its way across by means of a large hauling chain. I wonder if that was made in Netherton. Embarrassingly, the A10 refused to start. But with the help of Andy and a few vigorous kicks, we got it going again. Most odd, it normally starts fairly easily. A little bit of the A30. A boring road, but it gets you there quick enough. Well, we've finally run out of land. We've reached the end. Can't go any further, that's it. The appropriately named Land's End. As I said last time I was here was in 1977, and there I am, in the days when I had hair and smoked. Rather than the A30 all the way, we came back through a few towns. And there we are, about 170 miles later. We're all up back at West Wayland. A few more of the Moonshiners and ex-Moonshiners are there. Bit of a run in the other direction today. So, let's go. Down into Loo and across the East Loo River. I know this garage does sell E5, so let's fill up. Breakfast today, courtesy of the Windy Ridge. I ordered the small breakfast and they mistakenly bought me a large. What a shame. Had to eat it. Decent place, decent food, fairly local to the site, so yep, a cafe I've used before and probably will use again. Part of the picturesque roads leading up to Rame Head. Few cyclists on the road today, some kind of event taking place, but we managed to miss them. Hey, maybe next time. Quite surprised me that they bought double-decker buses around this part of the world. There you go.
Head over there.
Taking in the coast road, time to turn round and head back towards Rame Head, which is that bit sticking out on the right. It's a road worth riding just for the scenery alone. Hello, another bus. Oh no, it's the same one. There we go, the lookout station at Rame Head. Another place worth taking a look at. I've got the biggest pair of binoculars I've ever seen in my life. That large, they have to be suspended from the ceiling on a track. And the Tor Point Ferry. Got a bit of a bollocking from the bloke there because we went in the wrong lane when the traffic lights changed. Oh well, we know for next time. A little bit bigger than the King Harry floating bridge we were on the other day, but it works on the same principle, using absolutely massive chains to haul this one across. Seriously large chains. And through Plymouth we go. Not a bad place traffic wise, no real hold-ups. Coming down into the village of Slapton, and these roads are narrow. We're talking about 7 foot wide, and you never know what might be around the next bend. And to make things even better, it's all downhill. Yep, certainly an interesting little village. Is there anything coming? Oh, yes there is. coast at Slapton Sands. The other end is Tor Cross and the Sherman Tank Memorial to Operation Tiger, where quite a few Americans lost their lives when a German E-boat surprisingly found them practicing and took advantage of that. Right, it's up the end of here somewhere. Ah, there it is. On our way to Buckfastleigh now, and there's a couple of Aussies up in front. I'm in no rush, we'll stay well behind, keep quiet, let them get out of the way. I should imagine the way they're riding them on the main road. The horses are quite used to traffic. But nonetheless, give them space, give them room. They ain't going to be there all day. Good, they're going that way, we're going the other way. Here we are, South Devon Railway and Buckfastleigh Station. Not really a lot going on today, but we stop for a cuppa and have a look round, as you do. Quick way back to the site is along the A38, which gets you there in less than half an hour, so we use it. There we are, Mr. Brunel's Albert Bridge on the left. We cross the River Tamar, where you officially leave Devon and enter Cornwall. And after the bridge comes the tunnel. I must admit the Goldie does sound nice under here. The A10, not so much, but still pleasant. Car drivers won't understand that last bit, but there you go. Seeing as we're at the seaside, it's a done thing. At least once you have to have fish and chips by the seaside. We chose Kelly's in lieu, which was quite good. The A10, by the way, has now developed a habit of throwing oil out of every available orifice. And back to the site once more. 160 miles or so today. So let's park up and put the kettle on. Right, today's plan is head for Newquay and then sort of play it by ear after that. So once again, in the morning we leave West Wayland. A little bit of brand new road, part of one of the bypasses on the A30, only opened earlier this year. time to relive my misspent youth again. 1977 I rode an A10 across this car park to this very caff, Smoky Joe's. And the caff's still going. Don't know about the original A10, but once again we're on an A10 and we're at Smoky Joe's. One excellent breakfast later, and it's time to head down the road and try and find some petrol. And guess what? I can only find bloody A10 again. Getting to be a habit, this. A little bit of rain as we find another railway, the Lapa Valley Railway. But sadly it's more of a theme park for kids, and they wanted something like £17 just to get in. And guess what? We didn't go in. Newquay at last. Once again, not been here for a good many years, but my impressions now, it's got a lot more commercial, certainly more crowded, very difficult to find anywhere to park, even on a motorcycle. So after riding around the town for a few minutes just looking, we thought it's not really a place we want to stop. So we headed off elsewhere. Now what about a steam railway that doesn't cost £17 to get into? We pop in at Bodmin Station. Once again, have a quick look at the trains, a sit down, a cuppa. Really, it's the kind of thing we do for a weekend back home. Welcome to Cornwall. So we sit there with a cuppa, watching the antics of the trains. A good way then to spend an afternoon. Only about 130 miles today, but that's enough. We enjoyed ourselves. The oil leak is slowly getting worse and worse. Today's plan, little ride up and around Dartmoor. But first of all, breakfast. So we head for the Checkered Flag Caff on the A38. Nice motorcycle themed caff. They have a bike night of a Wednesday, which funnily enough was this Wednesday, but we didn't bother going over. So right, let's get some breakfast. Right, this will make you laugh. Whilst turning into the Two Bridges Hotel, luckily only doing a fast walking pace, I heard a thump behind me, and looking in the mirror, spotted my camera bag bouncing down the middle of the road. Luckily the camera didn't sustain any damage. The main problem would have been if a following vehicle had run over it. But Andy managed to stop in the middle of the road with his hazards on to prevent the car behind from hitting the camera. And then it was a case of rescue it out in the middle of the road and make sure everything still worked. Needless to say, for the rest of the holiday, the camera stayed in the bag over my shoulder, not on the carrier. Oops, breathe in a bit. And the scenic road that is the top of Dartmoor. Considering it's June, it's only about 11 degrees, whereas the same week last year, every single day was 23, 24 degrees. And here we are, Jolly Roger's life-size dinosaur models caff in Bovey Tracy. So let's grab a cuppa and sit down for a bit. Now the A10 had managed to shoot a kickstart cotter, so we stopped at the Highwayman Inn while I found Camelford bike bits to see if they had any, and they did. So it's a ride from Oakhampton to the other side of Cornwall to pick up a few kickstart cutters. Here we are, Camelford bike bits. So in we go, and oh, I've got a bantam in the window. In we go and grab a few kickstart cutters. Once again taking advantage of a garage that had got E5 fuel.
I think it was that side as well.
I suppose this is the nearest thing as you get to a traffic jam on these back roads of Cornwall. A narrow lane, a lorry, a double-decker bus, a few cars. We decided to roll backwards, get in the hedge and give the lorry plenty of room. Never know if he's seen you when he's coming backwards. Looks like we're alright. There's a very nice railway viaduct just round this corner. Rather magnificent brick arches. Back to the site once more. 148 miles and a new kickstart cotter pin. We'll fit that after we've had a cuppa. What happened to Thursday, I hear you say? Well, we stayed local, only did 78 mile and I didn't take the camera. Anyway, on the way to Bude, I happened to spot an old garage with what looks like another couple of pre-digital fuel pumps. And indeed they are.
That's one that ain't on his list.
So once again, take a walk, take a photograph. There we go, the Darley Ford garage. We stop at Bude and let the kiddies cross. The one insists that I make a noise with the bike, so I did. Gotta keep the kids happy. We park up by the Bude Canal, take a walk round, see, look at the beach, have another coffee. Once again along the scenic coast road, this time in the direction of Boscastle, where I dare say dinner at the Toby Jug Caff may be called for. There we go, nice little motorcycle parking bay at Boscastle. And I was right, we did have dinner in the Toby Jug and bought a couple of pasties to bring back home with us. Quick look at the stream that runs down into Boscastle. There's the bit of rag tucked between the tank and the seat for mopping up the embarrassing oil that's running across the cylinder head and down the side of the bike. Time to take to the pleasant back roads of Cornwall again. And I must admit the A10 is the ideal bike for roads like these. And along the A38 for a short while. And once again back to West Wayland. Only thing to do now really is load the bike onto the trailer, ready for setting off home tomorrow morning. All in all, a good holiday. We saw rain once, wasn't a lot. We put the best part of 850 miles on the bike. Okay, the kickstart cut a shirt off, not a problem. The oil leak, more of a problem. But the engine is due to come out anyway, so that'll be a little job for later on in the year. So right, let's park up, put the kettle on, load the bike later, and worry about it when we get home. Nothing for it now but to drive back home. The length of the M5. Still, it's been a good week. And as we approach Oshit Corner, once again in glorious sunshine, not a bad week at all.